personal perspectives and some stuff from Quantum Leap, and made sort of my own outline. And then I put my outline into Gemini and had Gemini totally put that presentation together. Wow. So all the slides, all the graphics, all the little bar graphs and stuff on it, AI did that, and then
great, Tim.
It looked pretty good, didn't it?
I was like, whoa.
And that literally, I think it generated it in like 3 minutes. Like I had to do, I had to give it my outline, but once I gave it the outline, it was like 3 minutes and it generated it. And it was like, if you want this tweaked or that to look different, just let me know. And I'm like, heck yes, give me the full color. Instead of like at first it spit it out in black and white, like just black background with white. So then it started like generating a color theme and everything. It literally was like 3 minutes once I gave it the input. So thanks, Paul. You shared some stuff with me last week, and then Caesar did always. So
don't forget that when you're a part of Keller Williams, you have access to a Gemini Pro account for free. So make sure that if you don't know how to do that, come see me or Caesar, and we'll get you connected there. Speaking of Gemini Pro, I don't know if you saw my email that went out on Friday, and I was advertising your class. When that headshot, your new pig. So Tim's headshot, if you don't know, Tim's headshot is like from here to here. Well, I needed his head would have been giant on my advertisement. So I needed more body. More body. There we go. Yeah. So Gemini gave you a body. That looks like Tim. And then I had to do the same thing with Lonnie's pick too, because he, again, just got this much, which is fine. And then, so yeah, Gemini for the win. So cool. Love that. Love that. Anybody else? Last chance. Tell me something good.
Audrey, I gotta ask, how did Devon do in Key West?
Funny story. We did pretty good. So we were on Duval Street at like 10:30 on Friday night, and I thought his head, but he did good. Yeah. 5 days there, he did pretty good.
A little eclectic, isn't it?
Yeah. It was quite a deal.
Has there anyone been to Duval Street in Key West? Love it. Okay, there you go. I thought it was kind of interesting.
I don't know. Yes.
ALT was last week after we got back from vacation. 2 things. Number one, we did not stay in Colorado. We thought about it. We were not going to come back, and we did. But in the first 24 hours of us being outside of Breckenridge in this beautiful cabin overlooking the mountains, we had 5 things on our board, and all 5 things went under contract in 24 hours.
What?
Of being on vacation.
That's what they say. Go on vacation, right? Yeah. So if you need leads or need to know your listing, just go on vacation.
Yeah, everything. So if you have any leads or whatever, our board is clear.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Well, that is good. That is great. Thank you for coming back.
Yeah. It was a hard choice.
Hard choice. All right, we're gonna rework a few things because we have guests. Darren, you want to come up and introduce our guests?
So next week we vote in Missouri, Fox Court, and a couple of the things that we vote on is going to be Amendment 4 and Amendment 5. So obviously, I'm not going to tell you guys. I can't tell you how to vote. Just can't tell you how to vote. But to share their opinion, we've got guests from KCRAR. The Missouri Association of Realtors has dumped a ton of money into this. So they feel very strongly about it. And so James and Andrea, if you want to come up.
Okay. Well, we just need this so that people at home can hear you.
Hi, Zoomies.
Yes.
Hi, I'm Andrea Sheridan. I am at the KW in the Northland. I was team leader at the Lee Summit Market Center as well. So yay, I love talking to my KW peeps. So Amendment 4 and 5, how this impacts you. So some of you may have a lot of knowledge about this. Some of you, this may be the first time you're hearing about these constitutional amendments that we're voting on August 4th. How many of you are voting August 4th? Yes, love that. That is the primary thing that I hope that we can get across to not only this room, but talk to other people. Our voice is the most important thing that we do, and voting is our way that we get our voice heard. So a non-vote is still a vote. So make sure you're sharing that message. And if you choose today after hearing this and you're like, hey, I want to share this message with my database, with my social media, with my neighbors. We have resources for all of that. So Amendment 4 will essentially get rid of initiative petition. Let's talk a little bit about what is initiative petition. This is the opportunity for what the Constitution starts with, we the people. So we the people have the opportunity to put something to a ballot and be able to have a petition to have all of the people, our constituents, say, we actually agree with that. Let's put it on the ballot. What Amendment 4 will do is kill that. Because of the way that they want the concurrent districts, a little tiny district could kill what a majority of people would say yes to. And so we as Missouri Realtors have actually had 2 major constitutional wins with initiative petition. The first was transfer tax. So I don't know if you transact business in other states. They have a transfer tax on the sale of real estate. That then gets passed on to our consumers and it makes real estate more expensive. The other win that we had in 2016 was the sales tax on service. And this was amazing. This was an initiative petition that we got enough signatures. We got it to the ballot, and probably one of the highest wins that you ever have in a voting. It was over 87% of Missouri voters said, we don't want a sales tax on service, which kind of leads us to Amendment 5. The voters already said they don't want a sales tax on service. They don't want taxes, additional taxes. So first with Amendment 4, the reason we want everybody to say no on Amendment 4 is it puts the power in the hands of the politician because they don't have the concurrent district rule. So now they have more power in what we actually get to vote on. They have to bring it to the ballot instead of us, we the people. It's now they the people that bring things to a ballot. So that would be why I would say no to Amendment 4. Then Amendment 5, it seems like a great idea. Let's just get rid of income tax. Everybody would love to say no to income tax, right? I mean, like most people, if you just looked at the wording of the ballot and you said, no, I don't want income tax, sign me up. Nobody wants to pay taxes. But where's it going to come from? So if it doesn't come from income tax, they're going to raise property tax. They're going to raise the taxes on your haircut. And do you not think that they're going to come after our commission dollars for a tax on services? Even though we already had 87% of people say they don't want a tax on their real estate service, on their daycare service, on their dentist service. So it's just things that, while the wording is weird, when we're saying no to basically say yes to something, just be aware of that. We do have pamphlets, so if you want more information, there's websites in here. We'll leave these at the front desk, but I'm happy to answer any questions that you guys have. Are there any myths or miscommunications that you're hearing about this that we can clear up for you?
Come on, guys, speak up.
We all understand these amendments perfect, right? We, they do, KCRAR provided, we have graphics that if you decide that you want to push this message out also and help get the word out, because a lot of your clients and customers and people that you're friends with, they may not understand this. They may be like, yeah, let's get rid of income tax. Let's do that. They may not understand what that looks like and means. But if you want, we have more graphics that we're happy to share with you that look, this is the only one we grabbed for this slideshow, but there's a bunch that you guys shared with us. That if you guys want that, we're happy to share it, push it out to the office.
I'm familiar with the 4 and 5 and know, and like I'm on board with it, but I've noticed that the advertisements that are on.
You're on board with that.
I'm on board with no, but I'm on board with no. But I've noticed because I do understand that, and I'm seeing the advertisements that are for yes are super convincing.
Yep.
And it feels like we need better wording, like across the board on all of it, because it's very deceiving.
Yeah, so if you take the opportunity to go to the website, they have some of those talking points and really making sure we're driving home that it is a politician power grab.
Exactly.
And when we say those words, like they're taking the power out of our hands, the constituents, and putting it solely in the politicians' hands. I'm not saying that we don't trust our politicians now. But what happens to the right? But do we trust the politicians of the future? Because if both of those were to pass, not only are we repealing something that we can never, ever as the people get back. Because if we lose initiative petition power, and we're one of only 11 states that have initiative petition power. So if we lose that, we can never, as the people, change the Constitution it has to come from the politicians. So there's a lot at stake to this, which is why I would urge you, like, if you feel passionate about this and you can share this on social media, let's do one last big push. We do still have signs at the KCRAR office. Or if you want, I mean, I'm happy to drive them here if you need me to. But if we can get signs in yards, get some social media about this, and if you feel called to work at a poll and talk about this on August 4th, we would love that. Thanks for letting us be here.
Thanks, Andrea.
Big stakes.
Yeah.
Big
Big
stakes.
stakes.
Yeah.
Go vote.
Go vote. That's right. All right. Thank you for coming. Appreciate the information, the education there. We do want to hear from our preferred vendors today. Lisa Hutchings is here in the building, but she is drowning currently, she said. So, maybe send her some chocolate, a little love, a little high five, because she's working hard for us in our closings. Todd Branson, though. Todd's here. Let's give it for Todd. Fairway Mortgage.
Hi, real quick. No. All right, so in the last 3 weeks, I've closed 3 home light deals out of this office. 3 deals that weren't gonna close without the assistance of that program. Tim, you and I had 2,
Yes,
essentially.
we did.
And a husband and wife situation, unique. Got them both closed, right? Would they have closed without the program?
Not a chance.
Not a chance.
Yep.
Yeah. And Tony, what about yours? Would it have closed without home light?
It would have been way hard.
Yeah, hard. Yeah, would have closed. I'm still.
The answer is no.
The answer is
The
no.
answer is no.
Don't have a guy out here. Anyway, just
But we're also doing the other half of that now.
that's right.
That's the trick.
Yeah, you just got to sell their house after they get moved in the new.
Which later today, we'll be accepting the offer on the second one, so both home rights will be under a contract.
You just got under contract then the first weekend that it went live.
Yeah, on Homelight, I shared a little bit on the mastermind, which I know you weren't on. So some of the people that were on the mastermind heard about it. It was so stinking easy. Well, on my end, I know it was probably a lot of work for Tom. On my end, it was so stinking easy. The pre-approval was just like a normal pre-approval. So on their buy side, that my people, we didn't have to do anything special. Our pre-approval came from Todd. Like, it had Todd's name on it. It looked like a regular purchase situation. And the only thing that we had to do on their listing that was somewhat different, and sometimes it's not even different, we had to do a pre-inspection. And so that we could submit that to Homelight. Outside of that pre-inspection, which sometimes we do those anyway on listings, totally normal on our end. I know it was way different on Todd's end, but I mean, it was so easy. It was, I'm going to be looking at it for a lot of people that I have in the pipeline right now that I feel like, gosh, this is going to be impossible to work out this contingency. It would have been impossible for those guys if we didn't use Homelight.
I mean, essentially, it is a pre-approval through me.
Mhm.
The only difference is I remove their obligation, their mortgage obligation. So we remove it from their debt to income calculation. But because Homelight removes it. So if you have a $2,000 current mortgage payment, I don't have to qualify with it. So we had a husband and wife buying separate properties and we removed their mortgage obligation. Neither one of them would have qualified without it. They would have been contingent. And
Contingent. Yeah,
neither one would have got their deals accepted.
agreed.
Yeah, so it is a fantastic program. It's not free, but reach out to me on that if you have questions. I get several questions, one every couple of weeks from somebody in here that just says, would this be a good fit? And some loan programs, it's not. FHA, VA, USDA, it's not going to accept home loan. It's a conventional loan program.
I think, did you and I talk through about how it's like not free, but it would have cost more?
Well, I mean, candidly, it isn't free. There's a fee for the program, but what's your fee to be contingent?
Yeah.
I
Would we have had to have done like a non-refundable earnest deposit, or would we have had to pay more in order to get that seller to accept our contingent offer? So even though Homelight, there was a fee involved, I still think that it cost us less to pay the Homelight fee than to try to get a contingent offer accepted.
Yeah, I mean, candidly, that's exactly right. I would say it pencils out on really truly every deal.
Yeah.
And then lastly, just want to say thank you. I think I have 9 closings in the last 10 days of this month with you guys in here. We've been scrambling, running, getting stuff done. Jody, shout out to Jody at Cofell, who is doing the work of another title company in a transaction that they just didn't want to do the work. And she helped me get signatures from a seller and all that stuff. So anyway, it's who you do business with matters. Lonnie used to say that years ago. I hear you guys say that. Big deal. All right, guys, I'm next door. Thanks.
Thanks, Todd.
All right, Apex ladies, welcome back. We've missed you.
All right, Apexers. Bernard.
Can we get that easel real quick?
Yeah.
We'll make it real quick.
Hey,
Or you can clip it, or, oh, it's actually fine.
the Apex VIP pyramid.
Okay, so have you guys ever ran across low pressure sewer mains? You said yes.
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 Yeah.
What you have, okay, so what was your experience with it?
The low pressure was because of dips and stuff throughout the,
Right, what did you do for inspections on that?
I don't remember. Well, we're currently waiting to have one dug out. Yes.
So here's what I want you guys to know, because I wouldn't have known this. So you have your 4-inch line, usually it could be 3-inch coming out of here, but it should be 4. You're gonna have this grinder pump because the elevations, they couldn't reach where it needed to go. So you're gonna see a big green or black lid here. So there's a sticker on here that's gonna give the manufacturer's information. That right there is who you need to call to have this inspected. You can have this from the dwelling out to the grinder pump. You wanna have this scoped, but you cannot, this is an 1.25 inches. You cannot scope from here to the main, okay? So just a little tidbit, whenever you get on site and you put your house under contract, I get this call saying, hey, we have a septic out here, but you don't. So you'll have somebody come in and scope here, call the manufacturer immediately, get their timeline to come out. They're gonna check the electricity and all the things and make sure their pressure is making it to the main.
Quite a few Creekmore like that.
Yes, lots, yeah. So a lot of these are also in Kansas, Johnson County and Wyandotte County. I don't see a ton of them, but subdivisions such as that are real rocky and things like that, you're gonna come across those. So just a little tidbit on low pressures, sewer mains, okay?
Who's dealt with grinder pumps? We have one in our house. Anybody else? Yeah. They're great until they're not.
That's right.
When the electricity goes out, you better have backup plan. Any questions? There you go. There's your schooling from April. Well, we're getting a lot more, we work on them and install them and all the things. So they're becoming more and more.
Mhm.
You guys want to know about those?
Thanks,
Yep,
Rusty.
absolutely.
Learned so much in this business. Let's do Buffy Watterson with Royal Ruby.
The last couple of days, our guys have had to reschedule some appointments, and that's because the heat is so hot on the shingles that they both legit like burn their hands and everything like that. So they're trying to make up this next couple of days. Our timeline for actual builds is 2 to 3 weeks out, unless it's a real estate transaction, or we've been trying to move those up to help you guys. Brooke, my right-hand partner, leaves for maternity leave today. So I am taking on her role and my role. So I'm still available even till midnight because I still answer the calls, text late in the night. I get to feature my next real estate person Thursday on our billboard. So thank you for those referrals. I get to drop off a referral check today also. Yeah, next Tuesday, Braden will be here in my place because I will be at our Branson location doing some training with some of my new reps down there. But if you guys need us, we're help.
That's awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, we appreciate Royal and just the resource that y'all are for us. All right, let's see. I don't see any other vendors unless somebody's snuck in on me.
Can I introduce somebody? Cloud, introduce yourself real quick and what you do. And Cloud's a vendor. He's got a painting company. He's been doing painting for our businesses for about 2 years. And now he's kind of checking out Southland to potentially be a vendor here. Tell us a little bit about yourself, Cloud.
Yeah, so my name's Cloud Winkler. I'm the owner of Winkler Painting. We do interior, exterior, residential, small commercial, nothing crazy. That's pretty much it. We've been in business for 6 years and slowly growing company. So it's gotten exponentially crazier the last 2 years. So we're in the midst of hiring and trying to build a team right now.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It's chaos and growth. That's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something, but not bad.
Thanks for being here today.
Yeah, thank you.
Happy to come.
You need a painter. Get his info.
I got some business cards.
Oh, okay, there we go.
Very good.
All right. All right. Well, we got our ALC spotlight with the culture committee. So Rusty, that would be you again. Come on up and tell us about what you guys are working on.
Do you guys have the slides?
do.
Okay, I was like, cause I don't remember. them
Yeah,
all.
I'll click it. I think I have Apex Rusty. This is Culture Rusty. We got this one next
Yeah.
week.
The barbecue, August 5th, Stephanie did tell me something on that. Give me 2 seconds, sorry. Got a lot going in my brain this morning. And the summer bash is that next Wednesday. Yeah, grilling, burgers and dogs, hanging out and playing games. Laura, any details on that?
Please RSVP so we have food for everybody. I can say.
Okay, she wants everybody to RSVP ASAP. Do we have something out for that?
Facebook.
Oh,
Yep.
Bring your chairs. We're gonna be outside. Hopefully it won't be too hot. And Dave's got lots of fun games planned.
So she said, we're gonna be outside. It's not, hopefully not gonna be too hot. They're gonna have all kinds of games and stuff for everybody.
So bring your +1, bring your spouse or your partner, your friend, bring your +1, bring your lawn chairs. We're gonna hang out.
And
On
there'll
the
be
lawn.
alcohol.
We are having alcohol?
Yes.
All right,
So
everybody.
no kids.
It's a whole new game
No
now.
kids.
I like Laura.
That's the best kind of party, no kids. All right.
And if you wanna help, let me know, cause
Yeah, Laura could use some help if you like party planning and there's some things to still be pulled together. If you want to help, please see Laura.
Thank you.
Then we have this one.
Yes, that is, yeah. If we can get if you guys can post this and try to drive some more stuff, I'm sure you guys have seen what's been brought in up front. We do need a lot more, so
Yeah.
we can drive. Everyone make a post today. I challenge you all. We have 8 days left, so let's see what we can bring in.
I think that's it.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you. Good job, Rusty.
Buyers, listings, and open houses. What do we got coming on the market? What tell us about your new listings. What do we got? Nikki had one. Not here.
Well, Josh's.
All right, go ahead. Oh, Josh is back there.
Go ahead, Josh.
Go ahead, Josh.
Didn't know you were here.
I've got one going live Friday, Lee Summit, 3222 Southwest Pryor Road. It's in pretty MLS now. Four bed, 3.5 bath, nice family room in the basement. Completely updated. 2/3 of the rafters were ripped off the house and replaced, so it's got bolted ceilings throughout the master and living room and kitchen, everything. Can't say it's all brand new because it's not, but my guess would be 78% of the house.
78.
40 by 60 shop. That's coming to market at $825.
Nice.
Done. 3 acres.
How many acres?
3 acres.
3 acres.
3.14, I believe.
All right. All right, what other listings do we have? Carrie.
We've got one coming the end of next week, probably. It's an easy button property. We're getting a new roof on it, hopefully today, maybe. I don't know. But it's coming on. It's over near Belton Middle School on Bryan. So it'll be 3-bedroom, 1 bath, unfinished basement, brand new deck on the back. Took out some windows and put in a glass sliding door, and it's really nice.
And the price?
Around 230, but I'm still working on numbers. So probably under 240.
Okay. Thank you. Ashley?
I've got 2-1 in Independence that'll go live this weekend near Van Horn High School. It's gonna be under 150. It's 2-1, about 1,200 square feet with an unfinished basement.
Yeah.
I've got a 3-2 getting ready to go live this weekend in Raytown. It's a 3-2 ranch with a 2-car garage. It's super clean and has a brand new kitchen in it. And that's gonna hit the market at 250. In that little area, that'll be a really hot one. So if you need a first time buyer or somebody who's having trouble getting in right at 250, that's a good one. And then Hubach Hill, actually 1116 West Hubach Hill Road for 475. It's on 3 acres, has the big pond out back. Had a bizarre, weird situation with the buyer, and that one actually just came back on the market yesterday. So if you missed out on that one or have a buyer that's interested, bring them back out because it's available again. So, and it won't be available long. We had a ton of interest. So get right back on it. I'd love to do it in-house rather than some other brokerage, but there's a lot of interest in it. So jump on that one.
Thank you. Rusty.
August 10th, I believe we're gonna go live, south, 500 Southwest 4th Street, perfect location. For you, downtown Lee Summit.
Perfect.
Perfect location. You got, I mean, what's that, but you can walk right there. 330, amazing bones. It's had all the foundation repaired, all that's transferable. I mean, everything in this house is top notch, new roof, new AC, new water heaters, all of it. It needs some cosmetic work. We're priced to sell and you can definitely turn this around. Make some good money on this property. It's on a ranch, 3-2 car garage corner lot.
Nice one. Laura.
Brand new. It's a 2-bedroom, 1-bath ranch, new roof, large yard, foundation's being worked on right now. So hopefully in the next week or so, it will be active under 200.
Steve.
I've got a 3-1 in Belton, 185. We are at 306 Pacific. They are willing to do work to it for the right price. They're willing to do the roof, all the big mechanical stuff to get it off their plate quickly. Bring me offers.
Bonnie, what you got?
Go ahead, Joanne.
Okay.
I just want to again tell about the Wheatland property. It is 1.1. We lowered it another 50,000. It's an awesome home, 4-bedroom, 5 with a 5th non-conforming, over 6,000 square foot, 3.2 acres. It's awesome. So if you have somebody in that, send them by.
3-bedroom, 2.5 Canner Ridge, goes at pre-MLS today for 325. Clean little house. It's a unique situation where I sold the house behind it and the people saw us sell that. And so they thought, well, we're going to be selling pretty soon. And then they got our postcard because we do circle marketing, right, in the areas around the sales that we do. So when I got there, guess what was sitting on the table? Our just sold thing. So I don't know if that's what pushed them over the edge to call us. It's hard to say, but nonetheless, that's what got us there.
They called you.
Yeah. But the house is cute. Same lady's owned it for 20 something years. It needs to be painted. And they're willing to do the inside work. Yeah, there you go, Cloud. I think he's already bid it actually. But so we're going to paint the inside, right? On that one. So the outside needs to be painted too. So what we're going to do is we're going to work off of his bid and just have that as an allowance. So tell us what color you want. We'll paint it either prior to closing or just after. So there's ways to solve these problems to make that. Now, if I have my choice, I want it all painted. But in this case, due to circumstance of cash, we don't have that choice. But overcome those big objections. If you know your house needs a roof, get a roof bid and say roof bid to be paid at closing. Put that thing to bed. Get away from those floor plans. It's just a split. Yeah.
Like a split entry?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
3-bedroom, 2.5 split. Yeah. 1 owner.
Okay.
Can I shout out a buyer need real quick?
Yes.
Okay, need maintenance provided in the Raymore area. So I guess I've kind of looked and you guys can help me if I'm missing something. So we got the Meadows, we got Meadowwood, we got a couple in Creekmore, right? Villas of Westbrook and Villas of the Club or something. And then Alexander Creek, right? So I got some folks wanting to downsize from bigger property in Lewisburg. They do not need to sell to buy. So they're looking out here. So if anybody's got any of those coming up, the maintenance provided piece is the biggest piece for them.
Laura, if anybody knows of a lot for Cass County, or that could go from, of course, this size lot. And a lot.
Andy.
I have one at Independence coming up, so we should coordinate open houses this weekend. Super cute cottage style bungalow house, 2-1 for $145. And then I have one in Harrisonville that's on the market right now. Rusty, put me an offer today.
Okay.
Okay.
It's right by the city park, super cute, big home.
Awesome. Stacy.
I went to Lee Summit off Fork Terrace, kind of over 291 and 50 area off of that 291. And it needs a roof and it needs a foundation and it needs the interior. But we have all of that priced in. So we're starting at 70, but if somebody wanted to, it's a beautiful ranch, very well built, high quality, full basement, not finished, but a walkout. But if somebody wanted to live there, not necessarily an investor at that price point, but definitely somebody wanted to live there. It's a beautiful house. Again, very nice construction, full vaulted ceiling, full wet bar. It's got the whole thing going on, but it's being sold as is. So
Okay.
it is the market price.
It's a ranch, yes.
Yep.
Nice
Summit,
ranch.
yeah.
Caitlin.
Okay, we have one down in Amoret, which is west of Butler. 1.1 is our listing price, 18 acres. It's a 4-bed, 3.5-bath ICF construction. So it's built to withstand up to 250-mile-per-hour winds. Super cool property. Feel free, it's a unicorn in Amoret. So feel free to post it on Facebook. Try and find a buyer, please.
Yeah.
If you don't know, ICF foundation is insulated concrete foam, and it is freaking incredible. Like the R value is unbelievable. If that's what it is, it's an incredible value. Yeah, it's unbelievable.
Cool. Thank you. All right, we're gonna move on to any other more of this. Put it in the Facebook group. The words are not coming. Put it in Facebook and let's put deals together in house. We love that. All right, we've got our MCA. Caesar, come on up. You got some stuff for us? Oh.
All right. I wanted to go over a couple things. Oh, here it is. I'm gonna try to fly through this, but I wanted to just kind of update you guys on our front desk. So Becca is doing a really good job, but I notice as an operations person, like as much as we can make things effective, it just helps your life and it helps her life. And I was just thinking about a good example, illustration to show you what it feels like for her if thing is chaotic, because she's dealing with 125 ADHD people. The best thing I can think of is like if you're trying to show a house on a 105-degree weather day and you can't figure out the lockbox. Like that feeling of like everything's hitting you all at once. You just want to quit and dig a hole and bury yourself. That's probably what Becca or anybody that we ever have up there, because there are people that also help. So we're just trying to make things as efficient as possible. One of the things that Brandy has done is there's an email on Friday. I'll let her talk about it, but I wanted to X out of this real quick and open it up. I have it open right here. This is a PDF version, so hers will come into your Gmail account. It's obviously just one email, but it's a very information packed. You want to tell when you send it and what?
It goes out on Fridays. I don't know what time it will get done, but it will go out on Friday. And it's this, I hope to have it done every Friday so that you can refer back to this email for the week coming up. And then also inside of there are links like this right here. Click here to join Sold Mastermind. You actually can click that. It will take you to the Sold Mastermind call on Thursdays. Ryan is leaving this week, but then there's, click here to access all of our links. That's the Southland links page. Like that's a live. So we're working on, instead of just like a text email that looks kind of lame and boring, trying to make it look prettier. So it's a work in progress, but we're always trying to level up.
We've been great.
And are you guys look at the email? You like the email? Like the email? Okay, we'll keep doing it.
Okay. And then another thing, where it was on my slides. One of the things that Ember pointed out was just everyone make sure that you update your information in your command. This is not only important for us to know, like your mailing address or whatever, but I want everybody to listen to this. So when KW created a system where you have an agent facing or an agent website, how many agents are on KW? But just think about it. Google actually looked at all of those websites and gave them some negative marks. because 100,000 of them are exactly the same. So the way to bust that bubble is to go and update your personal information. I created a couple slides here. And what
This
that
is in
does,
command under profile.
yeah, this is under profile. I'm about to show that. And but basically, at the end of the day, when Google finds your agent website, which by the way, if you have unique information, it definitely recognizes it. Google wants to give clients the most real chance to succeed in what they're searching for. So it's not just about search for Google. They literally have a science behind it all. So update your personal information. If you use an AI-based headshot, because that's one of the things that we need, just make sure you count your ears, count how many nostrils you have. If you have hands involved, make sure you don't have 11 or 12 fingers. Just saying. And but this is what Randy was saying. So this is up at the top right of your command. You go to profile. I'll try to zoom in this through this because it's actually really simple. You go to your profile. When you click on that, on the left, it's a whole list of things. You're going to click on About Me, and then from there, that's your little blurb. And this is also what shows up in your agent website. And if you share your app, your KW, your agent app with people, that's also what shows up there. Another thing on the left, there's a little drop down called Make KW. When you click on that, just like you see the little hand, then you go from there to the personal information one. When you click on that, you got a bunch of other key things there as well. So if you update this, this is very important. Oh, let me go back real quick. And if we want you to update it, and it provides us most accurate records. One of the things that is important for us in our world, especially me as the MCA, is just having updated information. Like it saves me not only a lot of time up front, but having to troubleshoot some things for myself and Becca. We're glad we're not both alcoholics, so I'll just leave it at that.
I was gonna say, make sure, sometimes I don't know if you're thinking, well, why do I need to update command? I've already given you my headshot. Why do I have to do it here? We cannot get into your command to update your headshot. We have it, but it lives in Becca's computer. We cannot get in here and edit this information for you. You have to do it. So things like your address, your phone number, if you haven't been in this section since command was created, you probably should go revisit it and see if it's still all correct. And please update it. Read your blurb, read your bio. You may not even know what you wrote 5 years ago about yourself. And so now you've got chat, you've got Gemini, get a really cool bio and update that. So, you know, this is a part of running your business because the public can see this stuff because it is connected to your website and different things. So please do that.
So here's another thing, just on the same theme of efficiency. So this is maybe kind of a disruption to some of you, but one of the things that Becca has to deal with up there is just kind of double booking in conference rooms. Like if an agent comes and sets up shop or whatever, and then we have an actual scheduled meeting. Or another thing that Lonnie kind of briefly mentions every once in a while is we actually have an agreement, I guess it is, with Caulfield that basically we should be able to provide, what is it exactly?
Have a backup conference room at all times. You never
Yes.
know when they're gonna get doubled up on closings and things like that. So we offer a certain amount of services here with the lunchroom, the training room, reception and all that, and that's part of our agreement.
Exactly. So we know that you are running your own business. We're trying to run this business so that we can help you run your business, but we also have to coexist with Caulfield. And again, back to the front desk person, it just helps her not double book. We also have some agents that drop in from other offices as well, and we're going to try to curb that as well because it just kind of takes over our whole conference room. But I wanted to show you guys something that I built just because I'm bored and don't have anything else to do. Like Lonnie geeks out about numbers, I geek out about this kind of stuff. So in Southland Links, this is a website that I built, by the way. It has all of our links on there, but one of the things that it has at the bottom is, where did I put that over? Oh, we put it towards the top actually. Oh, no, we didn't. We didn't do it yet. Oops, sorry. Let me type it up real quick. Oh, never mind. I have it open over here.
Laura, if you open it up and just hit that keypad, it'll stop doing that. No, open it, hit the keypad or the little key fob.
This bump.
Go out there, bang on it a little bit and it will stop. There we go.
Never a dull moment.
I can hear it up here.
I forgot I had that, but does everyone know about Southland Links? I'll try to zoom in this real quickly. Zoom in this. This is what we're trying to, so we built this custom made. So if there's anything we need on there, like, please let me know. I can put it up in 5 minutes. But I will put a button between these two right here, and it'll take you to this little link form that we created. And basically you'll be able to schedule one of the conference rooms. When you click on it, then the dates open up, and you click on a date, and then the time slots open up. We made it to where I built it to where you can schedule 1 hour at a time, like here and here, and then you enter your name, and then reserve. Becca gets it on her calendar. She gets an email. So I built this just so that we don't have that double booking. It sounds like a small thing, but again, in Becca's world, like, I think y'all get it. So a couple.
This is kind of cool because then you know it's yours. You don't have to worry or wonder, is it going to be full already? You can plan it. It's yours.
And just a couple of little things that I want to point out about Southland Links, because sometimes we mention it, but we don't go through it that much. We have our logos here. And another thing that I just updated this morning is the year to date. And I also wanted to just brag on you guys, because check this out. This is, as of this morning, how we compare to these other Cass County based brick and mortar brokerages. 406 total. Second place is 81.
Yeah, it's getting close.
Yeah. That is. And then another thing that I also wanted to point out was, where is it? Oh, just the calendar up here. We built this calendar. I connected it to a Google calendar, and this shows you our entire office calendar. So these are all of the classes that we have going on. All of the events are going on. How did I get there? It's that first button. And when you click on it, you can just click on anything like the team meeting, and you can copy to your calendar, and immediately it just goes on your calendar and you can X out and you're done. So the biggest thing that I wanted to highlight today was just the fact that if you can bear with us and use these tools, like, it just makes your world a lot easier and our world a lot easier.
Can you go back to Southland Links? Or is it gone? Were you done? Because I wanted to mention something about that. On the Southland, that one, please. All right, so we just, I talked to ALC and a little bit on Sold Mastermind about this being July. This was about the half point of our year. And I'm encouraging everybody to check your numbers. Check and see where you're at with your production, with your business, and how does that compare to the goals you set at the beginning of the year? And are you, can I borrow your, where are we at with that? And where are you on pace to finish the year where you wanted to? If not, we still have plenty of time to make some course corrections and get us to our goal. If we wait until October or November or December to try to figure that out and go, oh my gosh, we're behind, we may not have enough runway to get us there. But we still have time now. The thing I want to show us is that total closed is at 406. I think last year, you numbers guys, I don't have this, I wasn't prepared to speak on this, but I believe last year we closed 761 last year. So if we do the same, and this is just really basic, but basic math, if this is June, because we haven't finished and transmitted July yet, we're already at 406. Are we on target to hit what we've done last year? Yeah. We're actually a little ahead, which is what we want to do. We don't want to just hit what we did last year. We want to do better. So if we did that, I mean, we're right on pace, right?
Yep. And Cass County's down about 4% year to date in total sales. So if we're even on pace for last year, we're ahead of the game.
Yeah.
And we're a big part of that number too. So
and they do say numbers tell a story. Sometimes realtors are like, ooh, I don't like numbers. I don't like taxes. I don't like numbers. I don't like goals. But we like commission checks. We like those numbers. But if we will study our numbers, they tell us a story. They tell us, are we doing well? Are our activities that we are doing producing the results that we want? All of that is told to us in our numbers. So just something cool I wanted to point out. So you got? Okay. All right. Anything else you want to add about any of that? Okay. All right, Darren, broker D.
Double dose.
Oh, no. So,
took this off my truck. The reason is that Kansas is now ticketing people with a frame that covers any numbers or your state name or anything on your license plate. You don't have to live in Kansas, you just have to be in Kansas. So I would advise it's a $60 ticket. And you can't have the ones that have the plastic cover, can't have the frames that cover anything. They will give you a warning starting July 1st. They will give you a $60 ticket starting January 1st.
Missouri too. They just don't, it's only they'll do Missouri for a long time too. They just don't do much.
They don't do the same with Tim tags.
Yeah.
So those of you who have Tim tags, just don't worry about it.
Is that how you know?
No, I listen to the radio and news stations and do a grab. You know, the commercials are all about retirement and taxes and stuff like that. We have an audit coming. The auditor and I had a long conversation last week, and he's currently checking our advertising, our social media. And guess what he's looking for? Keller Williams and the office phone number. You're welcome. That's why I harp on you guys for that stuff. That's why we have.
Williams Southland, or can it?
Should be
the whole thing?
Southland.
Yeah.
See what he says when he gets here. He's gonna be in the office 2 weeks, first part of September. I don't know if it'll be a conference room or if we have.
Better block it off.
I know, you better get on our website.
If we have another designated spot, but.
Is there a room we can turn the AC off in?
Yeah.
We
would have our friends.
Yeah, we want him to leave happy, please.
Make him quick.
Oh, it's my house.
It's really hot in there.
So,
There we go.
well, it's probably hot to you.
About 60 in there,
Yeah, it's hot. Yes.
Obviously, going forward and everything that's current, we need to make sure it has that. Do we have to go back and look at everything we've posted to confirm? Or is- okay.
I mean, he's not gonna take your license.
They're
There are,
supposed to take it down.
there are, things that you can get fined on, or you can be told that you have to go take some education classes. I think we'll be fine. Compliance takes care of our contracts for us. What he's gonna look for, and we are having a class, Lunch and Learn, August 11th. Thank you, Laura. I'm just gonna kind of tell you guys a little bit more about audits. And we get food.
It's called a CYA, cover your audit.
There you go. So what he's gonna look at is every current listing we have. He's gonna dig into the MLS, he's gonna check dates. He's gonna look at every buyer agency that we have. He's gonna look at roughly 20% of what we've sold in the past year. So those will be chosen randomly. If you're lucky enough to have one in that pile, good for you. We'll cover more during the Lunch and Learn, but it's super important. It always is important, but super important now that you submit your buyer agencies and your listings. Sending it to me in .Luke for signature is not submitting it. You have to put it in command. And Carrie and I talked about this. Don't wait until you think you've got everything in command that you need. Just submit it. If you got one thing in there, submit it. She'll see it next time that it's already been approved. So you're not slowing them down, right? That's what you told me. So submit one piece at a time, especially the buyer agencies and the listings. Easy peasy, but we need to be current on those, especially when the auditor comes in. But let's just make it a habit.
Just make it a habit. Do it.
Sounds good. Thank you, Aaron.
So, Darren, buyer agency, Tim brings a buyer in, they have a consultation, they sign a buyer agency. How long does he have to let the office know he's got?
3 days.
The office policies, 3 days, MREC says as quickly as possible.
Okay, so, if Tim does the same thing, gets a seller listing, how many days?
Same.
Okay, Tim's listing just went to contract. Well, how long does he have to give the office notification of his now pending sale?
Same.
Say, okay,
MLS 1 day. So when you're putting in MLS,
okay. We're violating all three of those consistently in this office. And a big reason, and kind of I sample a lot of people, is we have no less than 12 to 15 different transaction coordinators that you guys are using, which is fine. They're your businesses, run them however you want. And the answer is always, well, that's on my TC. That's my TC. Your TC needs to be trained by you to get these things to our office within the amount of time the office requires and the state of Missouri. You guys get that? Okay. If your TC won't do that, you need to immediately have a conversation with the TC. If they still won't do it, I'd go TC shopping. Okay. That's the rules. And that is, by the way, the one thing we're going to get smacked on in the next 90 days is that over and over and over again. So our nose is clean. We have great compliance, by the way. I mean, I'll put us up against anybody. It's the one thing that our office just does not buy in on. And it just so happens it's not only office policy, it is state of Missouri's law. Okay. So we cannot have people calling in wanting information on their pending sale, and we don't even know about it. By the way, that happens frequently.
Yes. We don't know about it. You may create, do you know this? In Command, you can create an opportunity, right? We all know how to do that. Just because you created it doesn't mean we can see it. We don't get to see it until you hit that submit to MC. What is MC? Market Center. That's us. So you can say, well, can't you get in there and see it? No, we can't. And so please just understand that that's how that works. Just because you created it, just because you put docs in there, doesn't mean we can see it until you submit to MC. Then you go make changes. So Carrie, you're in there more than me. So if we submit to MC, you've seen it, we've seen it, we now can see it. And if they go make changes, can we go and see those changes, or do they have to resubmit?
You need to resubmit because we do not get a notification and it does not show up in our queue to go look at it again.
Perfect. So hopefully this helps you understand how it works on our end. Also, one more thing, just as a favor to Caesar, that when a lot of us have at least 30-day closings, sometimes 45, sometimes 60. Sometimes he gets notified from title companies going, hey, can I get a commission letter for yada, yada, so-and-so agent? And he's like, sure, but I don't know anything about this. That's not ideal. That's not how that's supposed to happen. That's not good business. That's not being a good teammate to our MCA. So
be honest, who thinks they need to work on that a little bit? And I'm not looking, but there better be a shitload of hands.
If they want us to scramble, and it's not the title company's responsibility to ask us for that. That's your responsibility. Chances are they've already been asking you for it by the time he hears about it. And when they don't get what they need, they're coming straight to him, and he can't do anything till you do your part. So,
well, Brandy, I don't want to put it in Command. That takes about 30 minutes of my time. And really, I'm going to wait till it gets to inspections, because otherwise I'll do the work and the deal will go back on the market. Okay, I've heard that one about 50 times in the last 5 years. No.
I understand that's not. Yeah, everybody remember Little Rascals? Rules is rules. I mean, it's just, sorry, we don't make it up. We just,
None of us are that busy. Okay, I'd love, if you're that busy, let's talk. Right. You've got a great problem.
It's a part of doing business. It's part of doing business.
The office needs to know. And more on TCs. If they screw up, you're the one with the license.
That's exactly right.
We cannot blame the TC for anything.
Right.
So we have to know what they're doing and watch what they're doing, and probably a good idea if most of us would read the contract a little more often.
Mm-hmm. And by the way, our practices as agents reflect on him as broker. Sorry, Darren.
Sorry, Darren. All right. We have rules is rules. We appreciate your participation in that. It really will help us get through this audit.
And this will be filet mignon.
Oh,
wow.
I'm there.
Okay, well, make sure we get there. There will be a sign-up sheet for that, so make sure we have to use for there. Laura, you hear that? Get with Darren. All right. I don't really have, I don't know what that is.
Multiple offers.
Thank you.
More than one.
It's one.
Have more than one offer. I'll talk about that later. I'm going to push that off a little bit. But I did have, Lonnie, we wanted to mention, and these are, they're kind of small, so I had to cut them in half. But do you?
Yeah. Are we doing words today?
Oh, shoot. Yes, let's do that.
Okay. Real quick though, let me hit this.
Yeah.
So Heartland MLS, you guys get this. You should get an email. I always print this because I want to have it. But Heartland MLS, so the whole area in year to date's up 4.7% in units. Okay, and last month too. So I like to look at that. But we're a lot of Cass County heavy, so I like to look in Cass County. Womp, womp, womp. Okay, minus 3.4. And look at June. Look how soft June was. Minus 17% in units. Now, is that a one-off or is that a trend? We'll know probably next time we get some. And then average prices are continuing to meander higher in that 3 to 4% range. That's about the appreciation most of us were kind of expecting. But here's a conversation. I was talking to Brannigan yesterday, and she was kind of like, she has this really cool listing. And she's like, oh my gosh, it's been a week on the market. I've only had one showing, and what do I do? What do I tell people and all that? Well, start off with telling them this. What was 44 days on market on average is now 56. Okay, so it's almost 60 days in Cass County for the average house to sell. And keep in mind, that's embedding all the new construction that many of those contracts are written in contract at the same time. So all those are in that number too. So I would be willing to say the resale market is probably closer to 60 or 70 days on average. Okay, so if you're taking a 60-day listing, you probably set yourself up for failure unless it's one of those little cookers that's just going to move. Know these numbers, guys. It's really, really important to, especially as far as inventory as well. Somewhere in here is inventory. Inventory has actually went down a little bit. We now are at 2.7 months of supply. It was 2.9. So it's kind of compressing a little bit right now. But know these. You're a professional.
Yep. So there's the two. You can get into KCRER and see. You can see these. You can get to these anytime. If you don't get the weekly or the monthly email, you can always get there. So just look at that. All right. We do have awards. So 10
awards. We're gonna go fast, aren't we? And right, we do awards. So get ready. Closed sales volume. I get to drive. All right. Nobody lets me do that. Closed sales volume. Here we go. Number 3 group for closed volume, the Wrangell Group, 469,000. 2 group closed sales volume, New Edge Partners, 1.369. Number 1, Monty Branson Real Estate, $2.6 million. Incredible. All right, now for team closed sales volume. Number 5, the Finn Group, $648,000. Number 4, Ziegler Home Team, $701,000. Teresa. Number 3, O'Connor Real Estate, Number 2 team for closed sales volume, Lacey Landed Homes, 1.78. And number 1 team closed sales volume, Brick and Mortar Real Estate, 2.1 million. Brick and Mortar. Individual closed sales volume. Number 10, Galena Harlow, 463,000 out there. Number 9, Janelle Farron, $492,000. Number 8 for individual closed sales volume, Taylor Atwood, $495,000. Good job, Taylor. Number 7, Dan Mock, $655,000. That's awesome. These are all people that I don't see in here all the time, so that's really cool. Number 6, Scott Swaggart, $817,000. Scotty. He leaves right. He doesn't like to be recognized.
He's not number 1.
Number 5, Julie Snyder, $861,000. Good job, Julie. Number 4, Trisha Henson, $1.25. Great job, Trisha. Number 3, Shelby. Won't sell anything. She doesn't care whether it's pink or not. Number 2 for individual closed sales volume, Julie Phillips, $2.2 million. Good job, JP. Number 1, James McClay, 2.683. These are huge numbers, you guys. Oh my gosh. All right, what are we back to? Group?
Sure.
Listings taken volume. I think it's for group. Let's see. It is number 3 group. Listings taken volume. 5 real estate team. 425,000. Number 2, New Edge Partners. $809,000. Number 1 group for listings taken volume. LBRE 3.16. You guys. Team listings taken volume. Anderson Real Estate 640,000. Holden Camille out there killing it. Number 2, teams listings taken volume. Lacey Landon Homes, 1.290. Great job, Lacey's. Number 1, the Finn Group, 3.190. Numbers, aren't they?
That's where they're at right now.
Individuals for listings taken volume. Remember, this is month of June. These are listings that you took in June. Hopefully, we're closing them in July and August. Individual number 10, Trisha Henson, 325,000. She's going for a home run this month. I feel it. Number 9, Scott Swagger, 325,000. Number 8, Jen Thompson, 355,000. It's funny, every time I'm taking Andy, my youngest daughter, to the high school every morning, and I drive right down North Scott, and Jen's got her face on a sign right there in the corner of the yard. I always like seeing our Southlanders out there. That's cool. Number 7, Sandy Paxton, 379,000. Good job, Sandy. Number 6, Darren Jones, Rucker DJ. Number 5, Christian Jones, 440,000. Christian. Number 4, Tony Darty, 475,000. Number 3, Marsha McKenna, 900. Number 2, James McClay, 1.286. That has to be the busiest guy I know. Yeah. Number 1, individual listings taken volume, Brannigan Barnett, $2 million. Great job out there, Brannigan. All right, home runs. Remember, this was 1 listing taken, 1 under contract, and 1 closing, all in the month of June. Okay, here we go. I don't know how many there are. There's got to be a lot. I might fly right past them into the next thing, so just hang with me, right? All right, home runs. Brannigan Barnett, Caitlin Lacey, James McClay, Sandy Paxton, Bonnie Granson, Scott Swagger, Toby Eckerd, Trisha Henson. Good job, home runs. Lots of home runs. You're definitely better than the Royals. $1 million month. That's you closed more than $1 million in sales volume for the month. James McClay, 2.6. Bonnie Branson, 2.6. Julie Phillips, 2.2. Joe Goodwin, 2.1. Shelby Eckerd, 1.8. Jacob and Taylor Lacey, 1.5. Thomas Terry O'Connor, 1.2. Trisha Henson, 1.2. Sorry, how do I go back? Like this?
Yep.
Man, and there's a lot of real estate agents out there not making any money. I look at the people in this room and everybody's crushing it. We really are having filet mignon on Darren's thing. Darren's paying for it too, on his personal account. I love it. First closing, Brian Mallory. Great job out there, Brian. Ground running. First closing, Lisa Briggs. Great job, Lisa. For the hard work. Nick Snyder. Great job out there, Nick. First closing, Taylor Atwood. She's putting in the work. Have a great. Wait, are we done?
Thank you.
I was ready to close us out.
John, headaches. Okay, couple things. On the mastermind call, we used to call it the Thursday 30 because there was 30 plus people on there.
Yes.
And summertime, and it's what?
Thursday 18.
Thursday 18. So on your calendars, Caesar showed you how you can put the thing on your calendar. Because the excuse that I have an inspection or whatever is not possible if it's on your calendar, because you would never put 2 things on your calendar at the same time. So we got to get more participation. We're talking about things there that can help you in your business. You get to sit at home in your jammies. Guys, we're running out of excuses. That needs to be a bigger part of what we're doing here. So anyway, one thing we talked about best practices last week. I want to hit this again because a few people stuck their head in my office asking more questions, is when you're working with the seller on the seller side of this business, sometimes it's easy, sometimes it's not. That average days on market we just looked at tells me I might be with these people longer than I used to, right? So I better do things better than I did before. One of the easiest things you can do is teamify your efforts from the first time you talk to them all the way through the process. So I can't remember who it was, but somebody was having trouble with one of their sellers who was being a pain in the rear. We all have those. But one of the things we can do to help with that is you will never have a listing and get 30 days in and the people grumble about, well, I'm really not crazy about these pictures. By the way, if their house sits on the market for 2 or 3 weeks, 2 months, and they see houses selling around them, they start looking for reasons it's not selling. Okay. I think Mandy or somebody and I just talked about this not too long ago. So what do? They start critiquing everything. And the pictures they were okay with at first. The more they look at them, they're not all that in a bag of chips. You got that? So what you should do is let them know as you're launching the listing and say, hey, I'm going to have the pictures taken tomorrow. One of the things I'm going to ask you to do is we're going to send them to you and have you proof them and see what you think. I'm going to put it together the way I have it, but I'd love to get some feedback from you. Okay. By the way, if you do that, they will never come back to you and say the pictures are not all that great. Once they approve of them, you've teamified it, you're good on pics. You guys got that? Best practice. It's really easy. We didn't do that for years, and we started maybe 7-8 years ago. And because we would get that, especially when the houses took a long time to sell, they'd start kind of critiquing us a little bit. We've ended that. Okay. Plus we teamified, right? That's a good thing. Your write-up, I highly recommend you get them involved in that. And so what I say to the people is, hey, part of what I do, I only have a certain number of words I can use. I can't put everything about your house, but I pretty much know, doing this for a million years, what bullet points I want to hit. So I'm going to put out there to you what we're going to put in the MLS, and I'd love for you to take a look at it and give me some feedback. You guys get that? Okay. If you'll have them look at that as well. And by the way, 9 times out of 10, they send a little thumbs up. Say, hey, that looks great. Thank you so much, LB. That kind of thing. And if not, they're going, hey, could you add the fact that we have a brand new roof or whatever? Okay. So sometimes they'll actually find things that I kind of forgot to include, which is good. But again, we teamified it. Pictures and your verbiage on the listings. Okay. And the longer you're going to be in business with these sellers, you'll look back and wish you would have done that. I can assure you. Is anybody doing that, by the way, now, or they go ahead and copy the sellers on it? Yeah, so not as many people as I thought. So let's just make that how we're going to do things. You guys good with that? That will serve you really well. Twice, go ahead. Yes.
Lonnie, what you mentioned on the phone the other day about expectations on days on market.
Yeah.
I love that too.
Yeah. Always under promise, over deliver. Okay. So if you have a house and you're like, okay, in this price range, I expect 2 and 3 showings a week. Let them know. Hey, let me tell you how the showings work, Mandy. You will have weeks where you'll have none, and you'll have weeks where you have 5 or 6. It's completely random. I've been doing this for a million years, and there's no way to predict it. Okay. By the way, last weekend, not a lot of showings. Well, who wants to be out in 100-degree temperature except for our open house, apparently? So, yes.
Real quick, I'm partnering with Angelique Dot on a lake listing who used to be in our office.
Yes.
She gave them a 3-tier, my sellers a 3-tier plan.
Okay.
If you list here, expect this. If you list here, expect this. And they loved it.
That's cool.
Yeah, I thought it was a good best practice.
Yeah. But just teamify the efforts, but let them know days on market is a little more than it is. Showings are completely spotty because what will happen is you're going to launch a listing. You go live on Thursday or Friday. You get 2 good showings on the weekend, but nobody offers. That's okay. That's a good solid weekend. And then that whole week, no showings. And then they go into the next weekend, no showings, okay? That's where you can refer back to your conversation. Hey, remember I said it's a little spotty. We're out there for the whole world to know. They will not miss us, I can assure you. But you will have weeks you'll have 0 or 1, and then for no reason the next week you have 3 or 4, okay? It's not that I've done anything different. It's just the buyers have surfaced that find your house interesting. You guys get that? Those kind of conversations will make your life so much easier. I'm all about it. Just want as easy as possible. So everything we do gives me a chance to refer back to those conversations. So think about that. But days on market, number of showings, those are the things that cause you guys problems. If you're not having conversations around the write-up and the photography, I highly recommend it. 2 of you guys this past week had listings where you got, I think Trisha was the last one, where you had an offer from some investor guy. And there's these people going to seminars right now. They go to the seminar, and if you have a $300,000 listing that's been sitting, they're going to say, hey, would you be interested in this? And they offer you $330,000. That's good. It's an owner finance deal. They're going to put like 30 grand down, okay, which is risky for the seller, asking the seller to carry a note or do some creative financing of some sort. Never say never. We'll look very closely at that. But anytime there's a new seminar guy in town doing stuff, you're going to see these little termites run around doing these things. If you're doing them, good. I hope it works for you. But nonetheless, don't freak out. Just look at it. Reach out to us, and we'll tell you what they're trying to do. Okay, you guys, has anybody had that happen on their listings?
Last week.
Just last week? Okay, yeah. We always have one going at all times. And then, sometimes they're like, well, what, were you just going to say no? Did you even present it? And I said, my seller's looking to sell their house, not carry a note. They need their proceeds to move into their next house. That is the conversation right there. And then you could just kind of say, hey, by the way, do you have a lot of luck getting people to finance with 10% down and 20, 30, 40% down? Get somebody's attention if they owned a house free and clear, maybe. So a lot of that's still going on out there. We talked about the audit. Don't want to do that. Okay, bad stuff. This is, I was mad. I was golfing. It was hot and I wasn't playing well. And I got this call. So I negotiated a contract on an amazing house for some people in Lee Summit. I purposely have a closing set up for Friday. My people give possession Friday at 5. We always do that. I get my people 2 days. You guys know that, right? Okay. Lender calls. Todd, wasn't you? Thank goodness. Lender calls and goes, got a problem. We're going to miss closing by 1 day. Okay. End of the month, you can imagine the problems that causes. So the agent for the buyer calls me and says, well, I guess you heard we're going to miss closing. I go, yeah, we're trying to figure out how we're going to even get moved and all that. It's the end of the month. We got to change the movers. And she goes, well, oh, by the way, now that we have closing on Friday, that was supposed to be possession day, right? You guys follow me? Follow me? Kind of? Mm-hmm. Okay. She goes, my buyers are insisting now that because closing and possession be on Friday. Okay. So their lender missed the closing by a day. So now they're saying, we are not giving you an extra day to move. We need closing and possession on that day. That's not how this business works. The lender, the buyer's lender, caused the delay. You now don't get to control the narrative. Do you guys get that? I said, I negotiated a contract where my people had an extra day to move, and that's exactly what they're going to get. So I did not put F-bombs in there, but I did send that text to make that very clear. Please call your broker. By the time I finished the round, all sweaty and gross, I already had a text back saying, talk to my broker, you're right, and all that kind of stuff. So when things get kind of kooky, these people don't want to go have a difficult conversation with their client. She didn't even talk to her client. She just tried to railroad me into what she really wanted. And then I said, oh, time out. That's not how this works. So look out for these people doing this. I'm not saying this was not a big one of the small real estate companies. Who knows what they do there. But nonetheless, if that happened, has anybody just try to railroad some stuff through on you guys? Well, yeah, put your foot down on this stuff or call us and let's talk through it. But I was shocked this lady would even try this. She kind of knows me and stuff. I was like, oh man, I must be getting soft. But nonetheless, I'm like, no, my people will get exactly, first of all, the buyer's lender caused a delay. Okay, wasn't my seller that caused the delay. That might be a different conversation. You caused the delay. My people are getting a day, and there are no exceptions, and that's what we expect to be amended to. So it is now amended. Anything else? No. Any questions on any of that? Yeah, Darren.
Back to what he just said. If that agent wasn't doing what her client wanted her, we don't make decisions for our clients. Please talk to your people and don't try to do what that agent was doing.
Yeah, she didn't want to have the difficult conversation and, oh boy, now you're actually going to get possession a day later because your lender dropped the ball and all that kind of stuff. She just thought, let's see if we can railroad it past the listing agent and all will be fine. And it wasn't, and it ruined my golf game.
All right. Well, hey guys, hopefully you found a lot of value in that. I think we're done.
Oh yeah.
Sounds good. Have a good week, guys.
It's golf. Yeah.
No, you first. No. I'm shutting up.
Yeah, there's Park Jones.
Yeah,
so we grew up.
Well,
Yeah, they or do a different sale price.
Yeah.